By the way, you guys did really good on that new gospel acclamation that I pulled out of nowhere. That was an accident. I think it's from leftover from the graduation mass I went to in Key Wascom. But you guys did good, even though it was a tune we never sang before. So good job there. Today, our gospel reading is very, very special. We read about a quarter of the last chapter of the Gospel of John. So it's big stuff. Like the Gospel of John is wrapping up. This is where some of the biggest ideas are in the Gospel of John. And to give you a short summary of what the story is, at the crucifixion, Peter denies Jesus 3 times. 3 times. So now, Jesus asks Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" And Peter says, "Yes, Lord, you know I do," 3 times. So there's the sort of the parallel between the denial before the crucifixion and now at the end of the Gospel of John. And the spiritual idea behind all that is that there are some things in life, the things you value, the things you care about, the things you like, so many things in life have to come within. You have to be aware of these things going on in your heart. Nobody else can do that for you. All right? Super simple explanation example time. Food. Let's see here. Someone in the front row. Does anybody in the front row have a horrible, horrible food you really don't like eating? Eggplant. Excellent choice, by the way. I don't care for eggplant much myself. I was secretly hoping someone would say Brussels sprouts because I actually like Brussels sprouts because I'm weird. What other foods are horrible, horrible foods? Sloppy Joes? I have to disagree with you on that one. Okay, so Sloppy Joes. Yes. Beans. All of them? Literally all of them? Okay. Just a couple more. Wait, what? Raw bacon? Was not expecting that answer. That's good. I approve, by the way, you should not eat raw bacon. Last one. What, candy? You're responsible. Or a liar. Okay, so if I'm a priest and I say, you have to eat candy, beans, and raw bacon, and you have to like it because I'm a priest and you have to listen to what I say. That's not the way it works, okay? Your parents can make you eat food you don't like Brussels sprouts and beans, because that's good parenting. Your parents can't actually make you like that food. That's something that comes from within, okay? Another example is friendship, okay? No one can force you to be a friend. One of my favorite little videos on the internet, it's like a 10-year-old memory, but it's a guy and a girl, and the guy's going, "Like me?" No. "Like me?" No. Well, do you not like me? I guess. Ha! That means you like me. No. It's just like, no one can force you to be a friend. Like, you actually have to want to be a person's friend. It does not work otherwise. And honestly, that is what's going on in the gospel today. It's this internal desire for goodness. So we need to back up a little bit. I want you to picture what's going on in Peter's head. Now, Peter really likes Jesus. When he denied Jesus 3 times, that was kind of a moment of weakness. He didn't really mean it, and he felt really, 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 really bad about it. So right now in the gospel, Peter is feeling just really bad because of what he did to Jesus earlier. And Jesus comes around and says, "Peter, do you love me?" And he says it 3 times to get him to understand that, no, I do love Jesus. That's what he's trying to get Peter to understand. The worst thing Jesus could possibly do in this gospel, the worst thing, is if Jesus walked up to Peter and said, "Hey, Peter, feed my sheep," and then went away. Because if Jesus did that, I have complete confidence Peter would have gone and fed his sheep and spent his entire life believing it was a punishment. Peter would have gone to do whatever he was going to do, believing that he was being forced into doing something good to make up for his mistake before. And that is not what Jesus wants. Not from Peter, not from any of us. So he's saying, Peter, do you love me? Yes, I love you. Peter, do you love me? Yes, I love you. Peter, do you love me? And Peter needs to say it out loud 3 times to get himself to understand, yeah, I do love Christ, and I do want to follow him to the ends of the earth. And when Peter went about his ministry, and he did many good things after this part of the gospel, Peter knew he was doing it not because he was being forced to, not because he was tricked into it or anything like that, but because he wanted to be the fullest person he could be and follow Jesus no matter where he had to go. That is what this gospel is about, and it definitely applies to us, guys. Because when we go out into the world to be the best first graders, second graders, third graders, fourth graders, or adults that we can be, we got to remember that nobody can force us to do that. We have to choose to be the holiest, best version of ourselves that we can be. And the Holy Spirit will help us get there as long as we let the Holy Spirit into our hearts. That's the trick. That's the secret. And if we do that, and if we truly desire to follow Jesus, not because we're forced to, not because we're tricked, but because we want to, if we do that, we will be very, very similar to St. Peter near the end of the Gospel of John.